Good morning, guys. All right, well, we're hoping that they get here fairly early this morning, soon, to fix our downspout so we can keep our dryer moving. Phil's still hauling dry corn. We had the overhead full, so we're going to load 2 trucks and get them out of the way so that when they get here, we're not having to drive in and out here. I think I'm going to start the dryer back up and keep drying into the overhead while we're waiting for them to get here. I really want to go shell, but it's going to be a slow process today again. Hopefully by noon or 1 o'clock we'll be able to get up there and get something done today. We also have a load of propane coming today. We've been running out of propane, so we said, well, bring another one. And then the dryer broke yesterday, and so our tank is not quite low enough to get a whole load in, which is why we're going to start the dryer up and keep it running. We do have a couple lights on the wet bin yet, so we've got some wet corn that we can use. So we'll see. We should get it drawn down far enough by the time they get here. All right, I'm getting the dryer fired up again here. Hot fans. Starts them 2 at a time. These 2. Okay, they're running. Turn our fuel control on. Takes a minute. All right, fire's on, dry legs on. Unloads on. And it's running. I'll load this truck up. Think our stairs have been climbed a few times the exact same way. Dusty. Ugh. Okay, well, the dryer's running. That truck is loaded. We've got plenty of room in our overhead to dry for a while. I don't know exactly what time those guys are going to be here to work on that pipe. They said around 10 o'clock yesterday, so hopefully they're here around then. But we're going to go up and check our big bin. Since we're not drying into it, we can go in there and look around and see how level it is and how much room we got left. Well, that's not near as long of a climb as it was before. Doesn't look terrible in here. So here's what I see. We got a good pile in the center. We are low on that side. Quite a bit low still. But with as piled up as it is here in the center, this is going to keep filling in as we get towards the top because it's not going to push it so far to the side. So from the high spot right there, we are just over a ring difference. But it's really just high from like right there to right there. It's a real narrow spot. So I might adjust our spreader a little bit and try and push it over to this side of the bin, but it's not terrible. Oh, it's so nice when it's not dusty in here. Man. You can see these temperature cables. I should get our reader out and see if we can get some readings on them. But I showed these the other day a little bit. This is just a cable with a bunch of sensors in it. And they're attached to the roof of the bin. They go all the way down to the floor, which is down there a long ways. Let's see, we are showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings there. There are 16 rings in this bin, which means that we are standing on 11 rings worth of corn right now, or 10 where we're at. So it's probably 60-foot deep corn where we're standing. Or well, maybe not quite, at least 50 though. But anyway, so this cable's got some wires in it. You can see here. And every so often, I don't know if we'd be able to even see them if I could find it, but there is a temperature sensor. And you can read those temperatures. The cables all go up and then they come down the side of the bin to a box at ground level where we can hook our reader up and read what the data is coming off of them. So anyway, make a minor adjustment, but this looks pretty good. Oh, look at that. Our crew is here. There's the crane. All right, we got Jack set up with the disc. He's gonna go run that today. He got up here. We need a piece of 12-inch downspout. There's that one. I don't know if that one's big enough. And we got this one. I'll look and see what all we got here. But basically, we're gonna take a piece of 12-inch pipe, cut it, and weld it on the bottom of our downspout so that it fills in that gap, or covers the hole. Well, he's got an awful lot of cables and guy wires and pipes to work around, but I think he'll be able to get in there and get to what we need to go. This is going to be interesting to watch here. sure you guys can't see this real well, but good grief, there's a lot of stuff right there. So we figured out where he was setting. They couldn't get the guy up there to get to that pipe very easy. So they're gonna move around the back, but there was a couple other little things they're gonna fix while they're here first. There's a guide cable right there where he's at that there's a piece of angle iron welded on that leg for it to rub on, and it's just below it. So he's gonna pull it back around and get it so it's on that angle iron, and then weld a little guide on there so it doesn't move. I don't know how much he's paying that guy, but it's probably not enough. Alright, they've gotten moved and set up on the back side here. They're trying to get to that hole right there. We're going to go up on the top of the bin and try and watch. Alright, well, just getting up there to see what we got right there. That hole got a lot bigger quickly. Trying to place the patch. Only got it hooked on there. Just tack it in place and then weld it up. Again, I don't know how much he gets paid, but I don't think it's enough. Nice work. He's getting it. That ought to work. At least temporarily it'll work. Sorry, I needed a thumbnail. I thought this one might work. Alright, well, we've got a patch up there, so these guys have got everything done. They're just packing their stuff up. I think we're going to transfer back over to that pipe and make sure everything's working alright. It should be, but we'll just check it out. Alright, well, all seems good here. When Phil gets back, time to go shell corn. Alright, big thanks to those guys. They are... he's on top of it when I call him. I appreciate it. They're from over by Monroe, Michigan, which is probably an hour and a half drive from here. And from here, they're heading to the thumb of Michigan, about 3.5 hours from here. So they're busy. I know how it is when you're in season and stuff breaking like that, but I really appreciate them getting here. So thanks to Just Right Grain Systems. Yeah, anyway. As soon as Phil gets here, we're gonna go shell. In fact, it's 11:30. I might go get something to eat while I'm waiting for him, and then we don't have to worry about stopping for lunch later. All right, guys, it's time to go shell corn finally. What time is it? 12 o'clock. We did all right then. I said noon when I started the day, so that was the plan. I gotta grab some stuff in the office. We're gonna take the trucks up and get started here. Ben might be around later this afternoon. He said after 5 he was available, so Phil and I will peck away at it here for a little while, but hopefully we can get, like 50 acres done today. That'd be good. Well, guys, if it ain't one thing, it is another. We got trouble with our tractor, green cart tractor, the 8R. I'll show you as much as I can here in a minute, but we got to get the green cart unhooked, so I'm going to back it up out of the way. And we're never going to get done. Never going to happen. It's been a rough day, guys. A couple of days here. So our tractor, the torsional dampener for the crankshaft is what I was told that it is. The front of the engine block looks to be bad. Something come apart, slid, it's rubbing. There's an oil leak. I assume they're associated, but I'm not real sure. I'll show it to you in a little bit. I called the dealer. They're going to come pick it up, take it back up there. So we're down a tractor for a few days at least, it looks like, which means we got to get the 8430 off the disc and put it on the grain cart. In the meantime, I'm going to show what I can here with the tractor or the combine and just making rounds, dumping right into the trucks, which I don't like to do, but we're going to do it anyway because that's how we keep moving at this point. And we'll see what we can get done here. Phil's going to wait around until I get one room full at least. and we'll get stuff switched. When I get a truck full and we got a minute to catch up, I'll show you what I'm talking about on this tractor. Frustrating. Man, I haven't done this in a long time. Emptied straight into a truck. Well, we won't have any weights on these, but that's all right. We'll deal with it. Nothing I can do. Aw, what a sad sight. All right, well, we've got enough now to fill this second truck. Phil took the first one home. Hopefully he's bringing us a tractor, or will be. Yeah, it's still good. There's a pocket in here that's not. It was a bunch of replant. So this block in general isn't quite as good, but still doing really well. Our average is up almost to 228, 227, so that's good. I'm gonna unload this, fill that truck, and then we'll walk over and I'll show you what's going on with that tractor. All right, so here's what we've got. So Phil was checking the oil and he noticed this oil down here. That oil is not supposed to be there, so we started looking around. We took this cover sight shield that goes on here off and started looking, and this piece here is rubbing on the front. Let me turn my light on. So you can see there's more oil in there, and right there it's rubbing, and it's not supposed to be. It appears that this piece here has pushed rearward towards the engine, and it's not where it's supposed to be, and it's causing problems. I think this is rubber. They called it a engine crankshaft torsional dampener, something along those lines. Yeah, but it's not a good deal when stuff is rubbing in places that it's not supposed to. And then I don't know what's causing the oil leak, but clearly that's a problem. So the John Deere dealer Green Mark is going to bring a truck out, pick the tractor out. They're going to take it back to their shop and fix it. This looks like a fairly big job to get all that apart. I'm guessing the fan and the whole fan drive's got to come out to get in there and change that. So we're down a tractor. So we have unhooked our grain cart. We can pull this cart with our 8430. It's got, the tractor will do it. We have not done it yet, at least with this grain cart. We have pulled our old grain cart before we had this one with that tractor. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I need to take out of the cab here to make it work. I know I need my joystick controls and stuff. I may just forget about the scale stuff though, because yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So I'm gonna get that stuff out now before they take this, and that way we can put it in the other tractor when it gets here. All right, well, here's the wire harness we need for the joystick. That's the spout control for the pivot and the rotating and that stuff. So I could get the wire harness and stuff out for the scale system without too much trouble, but I'm not that concerned about it. At this point, it just doesn't matter that much. So I'm gonna let it go. We'll see what Phil says, but that's what I'm thinking right now. So those guys should be here fairly soon to get this. It will start and run and drive, so we can drive it right on their trailer, but we can't run it long term or high speed without causing more trouble. So I'm trying to wash windows and I can't even do that. Auto wash in Windex. Well, I got half of it. Yeah, I got the side window and half of the front windshield, so whatever. Jack's on his way up with our other tractor. Maybe there's some Windex in it. So Dad's up here in this field moving some dirt, using our pan there, the small one. I was gonna go over and show you that, but Jack's almost here with the tractor, so I don't have time to walk over there. But there's that ditch over there that we were working around the other day, and it got cleaned out last fall, and all the spoils and stuff that they dug out of the ditch are laying over there along it. And so he is scooping all that stuff up and taking it out to that big drowned out hole in the center of the field and trying to fill it in a little bit. So good thing to get done today. We did put some tile in this field last fall. This half of the field was wheat last year, and so I can feel all the tile lines. We're going across the rows over here, so this field is on the list to get ripped with our disc ripper here this fall yet. So that's why he wants to get that done now, so that we can get the ripping done and get everything leveled up. We will be putting beans here next year. Looks like we're gonna have to crank it up. Well, we've got a grain cart again, so I got this one truck full. Jack brought the tractor up, so he's going to take that back to the farm and just park it. Phil and I are going to fill the grain cart and the other truck that he just brought back, and then we'll go get everything unloaded. Well, there you can see out of that side of the window now. This side's still pretty dusty. And that one, although it doesn't look so bad now, but frustrating day, but at least we are in good corn, right? Good corn helps, makes everything better. Let's see, we've done 9 acres today. Oh man, flying through it. It's 2:15. We've done 9 acres. Ugh. Yeah, I think Phil likes that tractor better anyway. That's the one he uses to plant beans and wheat with, and drives most of the time anyway. I see a semi coming down the road. I'm going to get that other one, so I'll probably stop up here and talk to him. Alright, well, he's going to get turn around and get that tractor loaded up. Doesn't really need my help for it, so we'll keep shelling here. We can do another, at least this round, maybe one more, and we'll have stuff filled up. There's that wet hole that I was telling you about, where Dad's moving the dirt. He's up there scooping right now, but trying to fill that spot in so it doesn't drown out every year on us. We tiled through it last year and that helped. It's smaller than it used to be, but still ponds, and we get water, and that's no good. So Dad's filling it in since we got some dirt that we can do it with. Sad day. I think maybe I should pull that GPS receiver just because. Dumping trucks. Our propane load is here. Tank got down to 43%, so it should all fit in there. We might be a little bit overfilled, 91, 92%, but we're actively drawing it down and should be able to keep the dryer running tonight, so it should be all right if we have her just a touch full. Plus, it's warm today. It's not likely to get much warmer, although it's supposed to be warm all week, but propane expands as it is with the temperature, so you don't want to fill your tank really full when it's cold, because when it expands it'll be too full and you'll overpressurize it. But because we're drawing it out and it's warm, I don't think that's a concern. Alright, trucks are empty, cart's empty, back to the field we go. Okay, well, we're slowly getting something done here. I got that block between there, the long rows done. You can see I left a block over there, and we're leaving a block back here. Those are 2 different varieties. Those are going to be my 2 entries in the Corn Growers Yield Contest. I will explain that more tomorrow. We're going to harvest those tomorrow, so I'll tell you how it works and why I got to leave that much and all that tomorrow. But for tonight, we're just going to keep working this off and working over there, and if we get back into one of them triangles, great. So that's my plan from here. Ben just called me. He is free, so he's going to bring our 3rd truck up, take over driving grain cart. We'll let Phil unload stuff. We're still going to get backed up, so we'll have to go unload trucks, but we might actually get a little bit done tonight yet. It's just after 5 o'clock now, and we've done 22 acres today. Woohoo, flying. So we might get to 50 by the end of the night, though. That would be good, I guess. Oh, all right, well, Ben's here, so we got another truck to fill. Look at this. 99.36 acres done, and we're at 229.9. That's good. 230 bushels the acre. That means we've pulled about 23,000 bushels. No, wait, 22,300 bushels off of this field. It's a lot of corn. But, well, there's still 75 acres to do yet. So we got a little ways to go. Well, the lights on that 8430 are they're not up to the standards of the 8R. Not quite so good, but that's okay. Anyway, we've got that cart full, we've got the trucks full, so we're going to take the 2 full trucks back. Phil should be having that other one about empty, so we'll come up and empty the cart, or somebody will. And we'll come back and shell another round tonight. Fill the trucks up one more time, or we'll see where we're at. But should get some more done tonight. So we're up to 103. We started at 73. That means we've got 30 acres done today. I guess we're still slow. Well, let's see how full our tank got. We're at 89.5, 90%. So keep sucking it out, drawing it down, and we'll be fine. All right, well, we got 2 trucks empty and filling up and got the grain cart empty, so back to the field. All right, fine. I guess I'll turn my lights on. Can't win the light game, I tell you what. He still doesn't have his on. I tried. For those of you following along, that's a joke. There's a bunch of farmers on Instagram earlier this fall that were having a contest to see who could be the last one in the field or the neighborhood to turn their lights on. The light game. I've referenced it a few times, but I haven't really explained it, so I thought I should probably do that. Okay, well, we've gotten all the way out to this line here. You can see we had another big crappy area there. All replant corn, low ground, and just wasn't very good. But we have reached the point where we have to start doing some end rows. So our average is still right at 229 there, almost 230, but theoretically the 2 best parts of the field are what we still have standing out here in these 2 blocks. So we'll see how those go, but we're gonna do some end rows along the river here and along this fence row. Our pump was sitting back in this corner, so this is where we had our pipe laid out. And I don't know, some of this is irrigated. Once we get down to the point, it's not. Most of this triangle back here was not irrigated. That's the stuff that we couldn't reach because our hose isn't long enough. So I kind of expect our yield to drop off here a little bit. We'll see. Should be okay for a little bit yet, although end rows are going to hurt. So we'll see. Is what it is. It's always a little bit trickier unloading on the go on end rows, especially end rows that curve. No auto steer here. We do okay. It helps that we run an 8-row corn head that's 20 feet wide rather than a 16-row that's 40 feet wide when there's no room between the tractor and the grain cart, or the head and the grain cart, like when we're doing beans. I don't do this on beans. Corn, we got a little wiggle room. Yeah, look at these curves. When I turn, it swings that auger. He's got to be, slow down, Ben. Yeah, he got it. He's got to slow down big time to keep it underneath there, but also helps that we have a fairly large grain cart. Makes it easier to hit. Well, we're working on these rows in this triangle back here, these short ones. Problem is, our trucks are setting up here by the road, so Ben's having to run all the way up there to unload the grain cart and try and make it back here. Well, he can't make it that fast, so he's got to sit and wait on me a little bit, which is fine, no big deal. There comes another truck, though, so that's good. It means we can keep going a little bit. I know he's got the one full up there, and I think he's just starting on the second one, so we probably can get this triangle here done tonight. There's like 20 acres in it. Well, as much as I was hoping to finish this point here, and we're getting there. Sorry, make it bigger. There's not a whole lot left in there yet, but that there, that's going to be a problem. They ain't going to make it. Plus, their trucks are full, so we're going to fill the grain cart up and call it a night.
People that actually sit down and watch YouTube videos of things like that.
Ben's amazed at how many of you watch my YouTube videos. Yeah, sometimes I'm pretty surprised myself. Well, I thought about trying to get that done, but I ran out of bars, and I'm not willing to push it any farther. There's not much left there. They're really short rows, but it's not worth pushing it. So we're gonna call it for tonight. We're gonna drive up, park this along the road. We'll have to bring a tank of fuel up in the morning. We are down to 45 acres to go in this field, so should be able to get it done pretty easily tomorrow. We did do about 53 or 54 today, so we did pretty good. Well, I don't know how well I don't know how well this shows up on this map, but we got a few interesting things going on here. One, we got this crappy area here that was replant wet corn, but there's a strip through here that's really yellow compared to the stuff on both sides of it, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my irrigation notes and application records and see if we did something different there or what. But also, and I'm right on the boundary of it, but right there is my last irrigation lane, and look, this stuff here is not in it. So somewhere in that little gap that we still got a round to do in there is the boundary of where the water hit and where it didn't, and it appears that the yield's gonna drop off substantially through the rest of that point. Now there's not very much there, so that's not going to hurt us too bad. Problem is, up here in these lanes we could pull out to where these end rows were here, and the gun would shoot out into this triangle a little bit, but we did not catch any of this back in here, so we'll have a bigger area, kind of our sample or test to see, you know, how much the water made a difference. So anyway, we're gonna take trucks back to the farm and see what's going on there. I've got some stuff. We'll wrap this up when I'm back there. I got a few things I need to talk about, and I know this video is getting long, but yeah, we gotta talk. Well, we're dumping trucks. We've got 3 lights on our wet bin, so it's not full, but it's enough to let it run all night. All right, guys. It's getting late. It's like 10:30. This video's long, but I have some stuff I want to talk about. It's been a rough couple of days, and I'm pretty stressed. I don't know if you guys can tell if you've been able to or not, but I just, so there's a lot of stuff going on that's got me just not feeling great. And I know we don't talk about this stuff a lot or in ag in general and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I need to talk, so I'm going to talk. But that grain leg hole in the downspout yesterday, frustrating. It's only been up there for 4 years, so the fact that it wore through in 4 years means it's going to wear through again in 4 years, and the other 3 pipes that we have that are the same situation are probably also going to wear through, so that's a bigger problem than just what we took care of today. But we did get it fixed temporarily, or at least patched till it works, but we got to figure out a longer term solution. So that was kind of the start or part of the stuff. And then that tractor today did not help anything. That one's going to be expensive and a big deal, and nothing I can do about it. Things happen, I get it, but stressed. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in this irrigated corn, which kind of has me down a little bit. And some of our other corn has not been great. I mean, those fields that we were at before we went up there were not good corn, not at all. So that's not helping things. And on top of that, YouTube is being a pain. So I'm sure you guys know that, you know, people who make YouTube videos like this and have decent followings get paid a little bit for making YouTube videos. I'm no different. I do get paid for making these YouTube videos. Well, at least I used to. And it's never been about the money. It's still not about the money. I care, but it's not why I do this. I'm not going to stop doing it because YouTube's screwing me over. But YouTube has decided that since September 14th, not a single view that I've had on my channel is valid activity. So they have taken away all of my monetization for the last month and a half, which is super, super frustrating for me. Again, it's not about the money so much for me, why I make these videos, but it certainly helps. And when I went from I was making $1,000 a month back in August to 0, that stings a lot. So I'm pretty down and depressed about that, I guess. So I appreciate your comments. I got a couple yesterday, or on today's video that came out this morning, about, you know, how much you guys enjoy these videos. So that means a lot to me. Thank you for that. Keep it up. I know you guys have a lot of questions about stuff that we've been working on, about this irrigated field and stuff. I'm fully planning on doing a live stream and talking about it. I was hoping to do it while we're up there, but it's too slow, too much going on. Just haven't had a good chance to do it, so it's going to have to happen some other time. But I promise at some point I'll give you the rundown and go through, you know, my complete analysis of it. I know people have been asking about the fertility and about the numbers and whether or not it makes sense to do this and why we don't irrigate more, and I'll talk about all of that. I just haven't had a good chance to do it, so I'm sorry for that. So, but anyway, thanks for listening to me vent. I'm gonna go home and edit this video and then go to bed. It's 10:45 now. It's gonna be a late one. I got to come back at 2:30, check the dryer, so we'll take care of that. If you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. And I'm sure complaining about YouTube on YouTube is not going to help my case any, but I sure hope that they figure out what the heck's going on. I've asked, been emailing them back and forth about 6 or 7 times, and they just keep telling me the same thing. It's invalid activity, but I don't understand how. You know, I have more views, I have more followers, I have more comments, I get more likes on all of my videos now than I did in August and July and June, and not one valid view. I have gotten absolutely $0 in ad revenue since September 14th. So, and it was all there. The frustrating part for me is that at the end of September, it was all there for the whole month, and then like on October 2nd, the second half of September disappeared, and then it started again in October, albeit at much reduced levels, and then I was fine. You know, I had like 500 and something for the month of October, and I thought, well, whatever, it is what it is. And then on November 2nd, gone, all disappeared. They took it all away from me, so I'm pretty frustrated. But anyway, like I said, like, comment, questions, subscribe. Thanks. Have a good night, everybody. Oh yeah. Also having electrical issues on my truck. That's not helping anything. I feel like I'm way behind on my seed sales and seed business stuff because I haven't had time to do it. And then I got this whole house thing that's hanging out there. We're trying to figure all that out. I just have too much going on. I'm ready for harvest to be over. Before you guys all start commenting and telling me that I'm complaining too much, because I know that's coming. I know. I'm pretty fortunate, and I'm gonna be okay. It'll be fine. I'm just struggling a little bit the last couple days, and I needed to vent about it. So just leave me be.